All right, guys. It's Amushe Forex again. Today is on 28th of June, right? 2 days from now, we should be rounding up the month of June. So probably entering the third quarter of the year. So actually, the last analysis we did last week was on set. The market actually plays out the way we analyzed. All right. So, what are we going to be looking at this week? So, as you know, focus this week will also be on the GBPs, right? GBPs, the gold, and BDC. Now, based on our last analysis, we were able to take two trades, right? We are able to take two trades, which is pounds CHF and sorry, pounds card, and pounds uh GBP, sorry, pounds card and pounds JPY. Sorry, that's the two trade we took. Pounds JPY was a sell bias, while pounds card was on bullish bias, buying bias. All right. So without wasting much of our time, let's dive into business. Before we do that, make sure you subscribe to the channel, to my YouTube channel, and also turn on your notification. And also do yourself the good to be in my Telegram channel, because that's where I always drop trades entries and all that. All right. So let's get started. Now, pound CHF on a weekly time frame. What do we have? Now, pound CHF on a weekly time frame, we can see we have our key levels plotted. So we have the market giving us series of lower lows and lower highs, break below but couldn't sustain below, and it's break above the resistance that turns support, and we have a buying pressure from here, and then the market is moved to the upside. And based on the candle chart pattern formed on this weekly time frame, is looking like an inverse, okay, an inverse head and shoulder pattern. All right, inverse head and shoulder pattern. So we should be seeing the market to break above exactly the way we analyzed it last week. But I think the market is not just ready to break above. All right. So on a weekly time frame, we can see that the last weekly candle closed like it's trying to form a bearish pin bar, but that's not actually enough bearish pin bar for me. So what should we do? We should be looking at two scenarios here, right? But actually, I'm favoring the upside 80%, downside 20%. Okay. So what should we do so that we'll be on the safer side? Let's go down to daily time frame. Now on a daily time frame, what are we going to be looking at? Now, since we have two scenarios that might likely occur here, we have a lower low, we need a new lower high, right? Probably to this point, then retrace and we'll start buying on a daily time frame. So what should we do? We still hold on to that bias. We wait for the market to pull above, we test, and we buy. And the second scenario is if we have price break, like a confirmed break below, retest, and we keep on selling. But for now, we are 80% to the upside, so we wait for the market to break above, and either way we are ready. All right, so we go to 4 hour time frame and we look for entry, right? Just as you see here, our target is what? This point, 1.09500. That's our weekly swing, right? So that's for pound CHF. Okay. All right. So let's move over to pounds USD. Now pounds USD on a weekly time frame. Now pounds USD have been in a range, right? But even as we are in a range, our overall directional bias we see in an uptrend. Why? Reason being that as long as I said it last night, as long as we are above this zone here, we are buying, we are still bullish, except the markets have a break and drop. Now what are we going to be looking? I'm still are looking at the market moving to the upside. But if you check the DXY, you see that DXY is pumping, so probably pounds USD should be dropping. So what should we do? While we're waiting for the market to give us a direction, we also know that we might have two scenarios here, which is we might, like I said last week, I said we might have something like this. We might have a push drop and we buy, or we have this sell and we buy, right? Because provided, and I said provided we are still trading above this weekly support, right? And currently we are still above it. Okay, so now based on the last candle that formed, the last weekly candle that formed, this is an indecision candle, so we don't know if the market is going up or down. So what should we do? We wait for the market to show us its footprint. All right, so and the last daily candle that closes was a pin bar, bearish pin bar, which is another downside indication. But what should we do? We wait. If the market is going to buy, wait for a break above, drop, then we buy. Just make sure you are in that my group, all right, so that you won't miss any of this trade. And then if the market decides to go lower, we wait for a break below, retest, we sell. So those are the two scenarios we're looking at. Now that's why I said the market do its thing and we react to what the market is doing based on what the market is showing us. All right, so that's for it. Going to 4 hours, nothing there. We just wait for daily time frame to show us the direction. Be it the market want to buy, we buy, and if the market want to sell, we sell. All right, so that's for pounds USD. Just make sure you are in my Telegram group for you not to miss the call out on the trade. No, pounds CAD on a daily time, on a weekly time frame. Now we are in a trade. We open a position on this trade, right? On pounds CAD, that's a British pounds against Canadian dollar. We open a position, but the way the weekly is looking right now, we might have a break to the downside. All right, but as long as we are still trading above this resistance that just got broken and turned support, we are buying. All right, so what should we be looking at? We have a position, right? So what should I do now? The market might open and we see the market dropping to this point before it continued buying, right? Or might just break below and start heading to the downside. Either way, we are also still ready, but right now we are still above this. And so what should we be looking at is buy. Now we have a position open already, right? So we won't be opening any position until we have a break above this daily zone. Then from here we start looking for buying to the upside, right? So that's what we'll be looking at on pound CAD. So once the market open, we wait for the market to show us direction. If we have a break above, then we start looking for second position to our weekly zone, our weekly key level, right? So pound CAD, we have one position open. We wait for more entries if the market move in a direction, but if it goes in the opposite direction, that's decide to sell, we still wait for it to give us a proper break below, then we take the sell. All right, but for now I'm still 70% bullish on this trade, although we've been having 4 hour range throughout last week. So once the market open, we know where the market is fixing and we follow it. We follow the footprint. All right, so pounds AUD. Now pounds AUD on a weekly time frame. Actually, pounds AUD on a weekly time frame, we expect, based on the chart formation that we have here, we have a lower high, lower low. We expect a new lower low, right? We have a lower low. Sorry, let me take that again. We have a lower low, lower high. We expect a new lower low, but the market didn't give us that because it was unable to give us that, so it couldn't break below this line to give us a new lower low. Instead, we have equal lows, right? And based on the chart pattern we've seen here, we've seen something like this. That's equal lows, right? So now for this market to give us a complete equal lows, it needs to move from this point to this point, right? So, and that leg has not completed yet, so we're waiting for the market to what, do its thing and go to to around 1.94000. So for us to follow the buy to the upside, what should we do? We wait for the market. Actually, we have, if you check the last video we did, we have this. We're expecting the market to buy from here to give us entry from there, but we couldn't get that. Reason being that the market, the bullish pressure was really high. So we expect the market to, as market did this, we expect a retest, then we buy from this point, but we didn't have that. So what are we going to be looking at now? We'll be waiting for the market to give us a break above, retest, and we buy. Right, let's scroll down to daily time frame for you to see what I'm talking about. So on a daily time frame, you see that we've not gotten a full breakout, so we wait for a full breakout, retest, and we buy to the upside to complete the touch on that resistance level. So how are we going to take our entry? We're going to be taking our entry for our time frame, so make sure you are in that group for you not to miss out on the call out on the entry. All right, so pounds NZD, let's move to pounds NZD on a weekly time frame. Same thing on this pair. This pair has been pushing to the upside because the buying pressures were pretty much. So we've already gotten a break above. So what should we be doing? We wait for um a clear break above on daily time frame. Then we look for entry around there. Then we'll buy to the upside to around 2.4600 psychological level. All right. So that's for pounds NZD. So on daily time frame, we can still have a push below. You can have a push below before we buy, but I will prefer us having a pull above, retest, and we buy. All right, that's for pounds NZD. Now pounds JPY, we have a position here open already, which I'm still looking for the market to drop further. So uh any pair we have a position already, we only take or open a second position only if we break a daily structure. So what should we be expecting? I'm expecting a break below this daily zone. Then from there I'll look for more sell. I'll open more position, then we'll sell to the downside. So now on the weekly time frame, how do we get to this? We have the markets forming what we know as a head and shoulder pattern, right? So we expect the market from here to drop back to this weekly support. Now on the daily time frame, the market has been doing its own thing. Now we have this, we have another kind of candlestick formation, right? And I think we just retested the neckline, so I expect drop to the downside, right? So let's see how the week is going to play out to do. So I will only be interested in adding more position if the market break below here, then we drop, which is on 4-hour time frame. So for those that already took this trade, let's see how the trade is going to play out, right? And for those that have not, you can just sit and wait for us to break below here, then we sell to the downside, right? So let's wait for this if the market is actually going to go in our favor. So that is all for pounds JPY. Don't ever chase the price. Don't chase trade, don't chase entry. Okay, don't chase entry, just wait, let the market comes to your PO high and you take it. Now let's quickly take a look at gold. I'm sorry for trying to rush it because I don't want it to be too long. So gold on a weekly time frame, what do we have on a weekly time frame? We have a push to the downside, we're waiting for a retest, then more drop to the downside. So currently we are in what phase? We are in the pull back phase, right? Which is happening on the weekly time frame. So we should be looking for buy opportunities from this point to this point, right? So how do we do that? Let's get down to daily time frame. Now gold on a daily time frame, what should we be expecting? Now if I'm to take this buy on gold, what I will be looking for is I'm looking for a second touch in this zone, then before I buy to the upside. All right, so how do we take that buys? Let's scroll down to 4-hour time frame. Now gold on a 4 hour time frame, I'll be waiting for the market. Once the market open, a equal lows here, equal lows, that double bottom, then a buy to the upside. So these are I'm going to be looking for good entry. All right. So moving down to BTC. Now BTC on a weekly time frame, like I said earlier, I am still looking at BTC to around point 52,000 $52,000 per coin. That's where I'm seeing BTC to drop to before we start looking for buy. So how do we come about that? Now BTC on the weekly time frame, you can see that BTC has been giving us series of lower low and lower highs, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. We expect a new lower low to this point, right? And is on its way to that, isn't it? So now checking the last three candle formation, we have this, which is we know it as evening star candle formation, right? So once we have that, we expect what, more sales, right? And if you see, this last candle is actually kind of a bearish engulfing candle, right? It's even engulfed the previous last two candles. So, and that formation gave us what we call an evening star candle formation. So we expect more sales on BTC. For those of you that are still buying, I don't know why you are buying, but let's just keep to our own analysis. So BTC, I'm seeing BTC to around 52,000 per coin. All right. So on a daily time frame, let's see how we can follow this sell to the downside. Now we already have a break below our daily time frame, our daily zone, which is this yellow zone, right? So what should we be expecting? We're expecting for a clear break below, retest and sell, right? So on a 4 hour time frame, what should we be expecting? Just as we've analyzed on a daily time frame, we wait for a clear break below, retest, and we what, sell. Very simple. So that's all for the pairs we have for the week. All right. So once again, before I call it a day, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because this video is going to be dropped there. And then do where to turn on your notifications so that you won't miss any video we're going to be posting there. And also do yourself the favor to be in my Telegram channel, because that's where I will be dropping all the signal. All right, you guys should have a nice day ahead and have a profitable week ahead. Peace.